Within few days, things changed a lot. Before few days, people used to ask me, what is the build quality of the OLA? What is the range of an OLA per charge? And how much you can trust on this? And people were waiting for the delivery and to booking windows to open. But things just changed. One incident, a fire of OLA. Now people look at me like a ghost rider and they're worried. Even some people comment me saying that this is the bygone fire. Before deciding on this, let's dig a little bit deep into the OLA build quality. Good morning, friends. This is Rao. Let's talk about the key components of the OLA scooter now. Number one is the charger, number two is the battery, number three is the BMS, which is sitting on the battery in a concealed manner with the IP67 rating protection. Next, number four is the MCU, motor control unit, which will control the speed of the motor based on the commands from the ECU. And number five is the ECU, electronic control unit, or the one board sitting, which is sitting in front of the scooter, which is having the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Let's start with the charging pin now. You will find sound pins over there, and the bigger one must be the positive and negative. But if you closely observe this, you will find CANL, CAN L and CAN H. What are these two pins? These two pins indicates this charger works on CAN bus. So, and what is CAN bus? CAN bus is used in air industry and sophisticated cars. Nowadays, in the latest cars, it is a peer-to-peer communication between two devices. So I don't want to go into technical, but simply this CAN bus allows two electronic devices to communicate. It's basically a kind of language, or if somebody is talking in Hindi, the other person talks in Hindi. This is a communication protocol between them. Similar way, two devices talk between each other. Now let's talk about this charger now. If you check the description of the charger on the nameplate, you will see the input voltage is 170 to 270 volts and 5 amps input is declared on that one. And this is a very wide range and they have considered it very well for the Indian fluctuating voltage. 170 and 270. It's a very pretty good range. Now coming to the output, you'll see it's 33 to 60 volts and at a rate of 12 amps. Why is this variable voltage? Because the CAN bus keeps constant communication between the charger and the BMS, which manages the voltage based on the, or power is managed based on the temperature of the battery. This is very evident on the display. When you check the completion time of the charging, the time fluctuates because that is decided by the temperature of the battery. So a lot of incidents are happening. Night fires are happening. We see a lot of fires. So this much of safety is already available in the OLA. So it is your decision to understand whether to leave the scooter charging overnight or not. I believe it. You should not be worried because this will be well managed by the BMS and the charger. And I will, in the latter part of the video, I'll try to discuss about what are the safety tips and how to charge, how to place a scooter while charging, or I will make a separate video on this. Now let's come to the next point. There is a lot of discussion on the airflow, the cooling system of the OLA battery. If you look at the image closely, you will notice a lot of fins on the sides of the battery, both sides of the battery. So what is this? There is nothing but which acts like a heatsink, and the question is how the airflow goes through these fins and how it is happening. So I'll share you another picture from that you can understand very clearly. If you observe this image closely, you can see the battery heatsink in this image, and there is a lot of gap between the chassis and the heatsink. This heatsink goes down till the footsteps, the footboard area, And when you are riding the scooter, there is a flush of air goes through this heat sinks, and which allows the batteries to cool while running. But definitely one thing is true: when this scooter comes to a stop, there is no cooling system. But while it is running, definitely there is a better cooling system, and it is a very clever design, I say, because without using additional power to the fan, they are using the aerodynamics to flush the air through the heatsink of the battery. This is very evident when you observe your boot space. You will see lot of dust particles, dust which is coming from the drain holes. If you pour some water or anything in the boot space, there are drain holes. Through the drain holes, a lot of dust, road dust, enters into the boot space, because there is a lot of airflow through to this battery, and the same dust settle down on the back wheel also. There is definitely a beautiful cooling system for the OLA battery while running, so nothing to be worried about the cooling system. I know you are looking for a conclusion to understand why this fire happened and what are the reasons behind this. But before entering any conclusion, coming to any conclusion, we need to understand a little bit more about the charger relay, the battery cable management and the safety, battery build and testing, BMS safety, lithium battery behavior, hyper mode, driving manners, ambient temperature effect. There are a lot to discuss. I don't want to make a lengthy video, so I want to continue these topics in another next video. Thanks for watching. This is Rao signing off.